What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a soul food mukbang, and I'm doing it from a place called L&G Soul Food. It's in Newcastle, Delaware, near where I live. So in front of me today I have collard greens, I have hush puppies, I have candied yams, and fried whiting. I wanted cornbread, but they didn't have any cornbread, so I got the hush puppies instead. And I like Q put me on to like the honey and hot sauce on fried chicken, and so I wanted to try that with the fried whiting. I figured, why not? It's fried as well. What could go wrong? How bad could it be? All right, so I'm gonna dig in. I'm gonna talk about also some of my worst jobs. I was thinking about that. I was like, I was thinking this is like the best. This is like part-time job for me right now, but this is like the best job I've ever had. So let me talk about some of the worst jobs I've ever had. I really haven't had any job that I've thoroughly enjoyed. Let me dig into the collard greens first. I don't know what they put in these. Oh my goodness, they're so good. When I was 10 years old, you couldn't get me to eat this, but now it's like my favorite part of the meal. All right, I'm gonna try the whiting a few different ways. I'm gonna try it just with the collard greens by itself, and I'm gonna put the sauce on it as well. But the collard greens, man. That is collard greens, the whiting. I kind of put it on there gradually, like bite by bite type thing. That's what I do. It's all right. I know everybody eats their food differently. I'm sure I'm gonna get some, like, you know, different styles. I appreciate that. Everybody has their own way of. That's what I love about soul food. I found out, like, first time I think I had real good soul food, I was at a friend's house for his birthday party. Mom had fried chicken. She had collard greens. She had corn, and his family was there. Me and his other friends were there. And people were putting all different types of stuff on the food. They were putting like mustard on it, hot sauce. I didn't see honey. I mean, maybe I was too young, but like it was just a variety of different things. And I had never really had fried chicken like that outside of, like, you know, KFC, and that was I was blown away. And I told him that like the next day, like, fried chicken was so good. I ate so much of it. And then every time after his mom would make it, he would always like bring over to my house. So I appreciated that. It was really cool. His name was Aaron. Really good guy. Not bad. Well, like that. The hot sauce just kicks in later. So you're getting into my jobs. My first job ever. My mom bought me a car. I didn't know she was buying me the car, but she bought me a Honda Accord way back when, and then she told me I gotta pay for it. I was like 18. I just got out of high school, and she was like, "Yeah, you gotta pay for this car." But mind you, I'm going to school at the time as well. Let me just do this with hot sauce. I think I like it better with just straight hot sauce. Or Tabasco, whatever. And so my neighbor at the time, he lived on the corner, and he had a restaurant, like this Irish pub restaurant in like not Philly, but like a suburb of Philly. And he said, "You want to come in there and wash dishes?" I was like, "All right." He's like I think it was $190 for a day. Now mind you, I came into work, started about 10 a.m. I did not leave work until 2 a.m. the next day. So it was like a 16-hour. I was working like a double. And I worked 1 day a week. And mind you, I would give my mom 3 out of 4 checks a month. I worked every Saturday. It was brutal. Washing dishes that long. I came home smelling like fish, smelling like all kinds of nastiness. My jeans stank. My mom like washed them twice. Nothing. Didn't come out. I smelled terrible. So on second thought, I'm like this honey. But it was just a grimy job. Like everybody there was mean. Like the waitresses were like very rude to me. Well, they're just rude to all the dishwashers in general. Like you'd be down there and then they just randomly throw some dishes in there, splash it all the nasty water up on you. It was brutal. And yeah, not my favorite job. And then worst part of it, I had to give away. I had a car, but I was still giving away my money to my mom. Like 3 out of 4 checks a month, I think it was something like that. Either 2 or 3 checks a month was going straight to my mom. And I did that, I think I did that for like 3 months. And I was like, yeah, I have enough. Then I found my second worst job was right after that. I started doing door-to-door sales. I was one of those annoying people that come to your door trying to sell you on windows and siding. I worked for this company called Pinnacle Energy. Awful gig. Awful. I forget what the hourly was, but like the commission, it was like commission based. You'd be walking around like these neighborhoods, and then people would like be cursing you out, like, why are you here? Did you not see the no solicitation sign in front of the neighborhood? Treated you like dirt. Awful. One time I was doing that. And we were in some neighborhood, and then the cops came. I was with we had like, you would always go with like a partner, with like one person. So like the two of you would be there. So this dude, me and him, we were already complaining about the gig anyway. The cop comes. And sits us down the curb. Apparently somebody called the cops, like we were staking out the neighborhood or whatever. And listen, at hindsight, I could get what they're saying. When I was that young, I was like, why would they think that? But having a house now and having people come to the house, I can totally see how somebody would come to that conclusion. This whiting is delicious. Cut it up. I know I said I do it gradually. See, I'm mixing it up. I'm not like a professional soul food eater. I just love the food. I just kind of splash it on as I see fit. Hot sauce here, some honey. You know what I mean? A little flavor. But yeah, that gig was awful. And like, I'm a terrible salesperson. Well, actually, you know, I worked at, my next, actually getting into that, like we just talking about jobs, might as well just continue. Might as well just go down my whole resume. Might as well just go down the whole list. So after I did that, what did I do next? What did I work at? I'm trying to think which job I worked next. It's between 2 different jobs. I'm trying to remember which one I did first. Anyway, I'll just talk about that one. I worked at a jewelry store for a while. Since we're talking about sales, whatever. I worked at Zales. I was in the mall, and with a buddy, and I recognized somebody from high school as Zales. This was like, not quite, it was like Octoberish, I think. It was right before the holiday season started. Yeah, this was the next job. My bad. I'm trying to get my resume in order. Should have brought it on the show. Anyway, I started out on the they came in there. They needed to hire a guy, I think, and they needed somebody to run the register for the holidays. So I fit perfectly. The manager liked me. Let me tell you about that manager. Oh my goodness gracious. That's a whole nother story. Anyway, I came in there, I ran the register. I was getting like, I think I was like $10 an hour, something like that. But it was chill. Once I learned the job, I was cool. I didn't mind it. All the girls in there that sold, I was the only guy that worked there. All the girls in there that sold were nice. My manager, you started out nice and then became very rude and very mean. But that's a whole nother subject. That's actually why I left the job. But I started out in the holiday season, and it really kind of changed me on Christmas. And like not Christmas necessarily, but just the holiday season in general. People were awful to each other, cutting in line, cursing each other out. I was here first. No, you weren't. Blah, 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 blah. And I'd see it from the store, and then I could look out into the mall, and there'd be random drama happening in the mall. Not all the time, but like, you could tell people were stressed out when I worked there. Then, once the holiday season died down, it wasn't too bad. Then they hired me on the sale, made a little bit more money hourly, and then I was getting commission as well. I was okay. I never pushed anything on anybody. That wasn't my style. Like, I would, find out what you wanted. I would be very personable and talk to you, but yeah, I wasn't like pushy. Not my style. I'll talk about my manager on that another day. That's a whole story. Yeah, she's just rude. Talk down to me, talk down to everybody, and that's why I eventually had to leave. But yeah, I enjoyed that job. I mean, I wasn't a terrible salesperson. Like, all the girls I worked with were really cool. They were really nice. Helped me out. When I was on the register, they would give me random sales. Very sweet. One thing I liked about the job is I got to dress up a little bit. Like, I like dressing nice for like specific events. I don't like doing it all the time, but like at work, and like I just kind of helped me hone in my style as far as like wearing dressy clothes, like wearing button downs, ties, vests, stuff like that. It really got me into that zone and making me want to dress nice and show. And like, honestly, days I dressed nicer, I felt like I did better sales, and I felt better, like my energy was better. Valentine's Day, I would clean up. I did that job for like, I think like 2 Christmases, and that was enough. People were awful to each other. Awful. Yeah, like so, and like you would think it would be the opposite during that time of year. And like it just really made me sour on like the holidays. Like this is what people do. Because generally, at that age, I'd never really go on Christmas shopping. I would get like one thing for everybody in my family, and then I would usually do it like throughout the year, and then I would just be done. So I never really went to the mall for Christmas shopping. Black Friday, oh, I remember Christmas Eve was worse than Black Friday. I remember the last, not the first one, but when I was selling, the second Christmas Eve I worked there, I got there early, and what I thought was early, I think I got there like 7 a.m. I parked, no joke, I felt like a good mile from the mall. It was at least 3/4 of a mile. I had to walk from my car to like, because I did like took the back entrance. Man. All right, let me try these candied yams. Mmm. Mmm. I'm glad I saved these for a second. Well, not hush puppy still, but. That's so good. After that, I worked in a warehouse for Avon. Just unloading boxes, putting it on the assembly line, that type of thing. It was good. I actually liked that. I actually really liked that job. And then I did that type of job when I lived in Arizona as well. I was like unloading the truck, and at like 3 o'clock, I worked like 3 to 11. And I just loved it. And then same thing with that job, I didn't have to face any customers, because the one bad part of working retail, anybody who works for retail or even customer service, whether on the phone or whatever, because I did that as well, it takes a lot out of you, because like you kind of have to be this other person. You kind of have to empathize and sympathize in places where you don't want to. Like you don't, like I don't agree with you, but I have to act like it because I'm getting paid. So when I worked at Avon on the assembly line, and when I worked in Arizona, I worked at PetSmart, and get there like 3 o'clock in the morning, truck will come in, pallet, like the dog food would be heavy, like all this stuff, but like that was it. That was my job. I would put on my headphones, and then I would get everything aligned, and then you would just be in your own zone. And like I had a great friend out there. I've never like voiced it. I've like never talked about it like this. This is weird. Like I'm not like usually like when you sit down for an interview, that's the way you talk about your job. But I'm talking about it here in a different way with y'all, and it feels different. Like those are the types of jobs I liked. Like the dishwashing job wasn't good just because like they were kind of disrespecting me, and I was working a long shift. But I feel like if I was working 8 hours, I might not have minded that much. But like when I was working at Avon, when I was doing the overnight there, doing delivery, not delivery, but unloading the delivery truck with all the dog food and all that stuff, I enjoyed it. Like I would just be in my own zone. And I worked right across the street from where I live. So I would literally I would either walk over there. I stopped walking. Oh yeah, when I lived in Arizona, there would be coyotes walking through the parking lot. I was like, all right, I guess I should drive. Even though I could literally walk there in 7 minutes. But I really like those jobs. Other than that, I've worked, the bulk of my years working has been customer service on the phone. I worked 2 different types of jobs doing that, 2 different places. And it takes the life out of you. Because you gotta make these metrics, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. We want you, you're not doing this right, you're not doing that right. Anytime you're feeling good, then you're not so feeling good, because they're telling you how well you're not doing. Oh yeah, you're not doing good. You thought you're doing good, you're not doing good. And then like it's a lot of build up, you gotta kind of know people. I'm not like a social butterfly, I'm not good at networking. So I just don't fit in that culture, you know what I mean? But coming to my favorite job, which is what I'm doing right now, I love doing this. I love talking to y'all. This is just, I don't even look at it like a job. I'm just sitting here talking to y'all. Like, and like, even like I just said, like just being able to talk about my jobs is like, yeah, what did I actually really like doing? I liked when I wasn't in front of a customer that much. Just behind the scenes. Still doing that. And then while I was there, you saw Eclair yesterday. That's where I adopted her from, was that PetSmart. She was there. She sold herself, let me tell you. She was in the, they had like a little area where they had the cats there for adoption. I was with my ex-girlfriend at the time. She said, come check out this cat. I walked across the street, but she worked there as well. And I went in there and saw her. She was rubbing up on the cage and like being all sweet. And I took her back. She wanted nothing to do with me. So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, those are the types of jobs that I didn't like. And you have to face customers, and like you have, and like my jewelry store job would have been a lot better if I didn't have a bad manager. If I didn't have a manager who downgrades you and puts all this unnecessary pressure on you. Like, don't do that. Like, why are you doing it? Like, I work better like when you're not. I can tell a whole bunch of stories about that. I'll probably do that when it gets closer to the holiday season. Just because a lot of those memories are directly from the holiday season. But yeah, I mean, Thank you guys for listening to me. Learning a little about myself. I didn't really, they're really processed. I kind of just always did the work. I need the money, you know what I mean? All right, let me try a couple of these hush puppies and we're going to wrap this up. I don't even know what a hush puppy is. Is that cornmeal? This is good. More of these. Y'all, this is a very good meal. Let me get a little bit more of these. I love me some soul food. Oh, I feel like taking a nap. Oof. That was good. But now I feel like hitting the rack. Thank you guys for joining me today. Listening to me ramble on about my resume, my jobs. Tell me about some of your jobs that you have not liked. Like what jobs have you absolutely not liked? And do you have a job right now that you do like? And if you don't, do you have an exit strategy, or is it something you just have to do right now? But yeah, definitely share your thoughts. I love talking about that type of stuff. But love you guys very much. Thank you again for your time. I will see y'all tomorrow. Until then, take care and be well.